last time I talked about the Mets with you guys, I was in a bad place. Okay, my head not great. I was in a bad place. We were about to get swept by the Cubbies. We did get swept by the Cubbies at home. It's got to be the low point of the 2022 season. Not a lot of low points, a lot more high points than low points, but that was a low point. And it's insane to think that our first 3-game losing streak comes in September. And I think that's why I and a lot of other Mets fans were freaking out. I wasn't freaking out, but I was like, I think maybe I should start freaking out. Like maybe everyone else has a point. Like at first you're like, come on guys, this is not the same team. Just look at that roster. Look at this roster. Look at what we've been through. Look at what we've done. But then all of a sudden it starts to kind of go south and you're like, start to breathe a little heavier and a little quicker. But as KFC said on We Gotta Believe, it's like if you put this 3-game losing streak in like any other month, April, May, June, July, August, no one's talking about it. No one's thinking about it. No one thinks it's the beginning of a downfall, collapse, or anything like that. But it happens in September and everyone loses their mind. And I'll be honest, I was one of those people that was ready. I had like pretty much all 5 digits on that panic button, just ready to. That was easy. And maybe it's just the Cubs have their number. It's just fucking weird. Some bad teams have good teams' numbers. Very weird. And I think that you can point to that in any championship season for any team, like the 86 Mets, 88 Mets, the 2015 Mets, the 2006 Mets. Like there's probably a team that was like not great that just got the better of them overall over the course of the season. It's fucking weird, but it happens. And so how do the Mets respond? Did the collapse continue? Did the slide continue? Nah. They went and swept those pesky Pirates in a 4-game set. Almost lost the game on Sunday. I had it on the iPad, and DeGrom was fucking cruising for 5. And then, as has been the case for him in this season, he kind of falls apart in the 6th, and he did it in a big way, giving up the 3-run bomb to tie it to O'Neal Cruz, O'Neal Cruz is like a fucking specimen. Like 6'7", and like every time he's just so like, some would say lackadaisical, or I would say casual. It's kind of like, I'm gonna field this ground ball, and it looks like he's gonna like lollipop it over to first, and then it's a fucking piss missile cannon over to first, and then he just takes a little slide piece from DeGrom and deposits it over the center field wall. It's just like, okay, but then he like can't hand the ball to the pitcher. Like he's like fumbling the ball and he's fumbling his hat. It's like, what? This is the same guy? Is this like a Moon Knight situation where it's like come in and you're a superhero 1 minute and then you blink your eyes and you wake up and you're like this doofy British dude? Okay. So took care of the Pirates, which was nice to see. And then we went into Milwaukee, and I thought to myself, okay, we just had a 3-game home. We just had a homestand. We're going to Milwaukee. Not like a huge time difference, but still jet lag. It's travel. Maybe is the hotel in Milwaukee the one that's haunted, or is the one in Miami? Or are they both haunted? But I thought for sure, I was like, oh, they'll definitely drop the first game. They're gonna be so tired, like coming off a Sunday into a Monday, and nope, they took care of business on Monday, took care of business on Tuesday, and then they dropped the final game, and the Brewers just narrowly avoided the sweep, but they were able to clinch a playoff spot, and I think in years past that would have been enough for a lot of Mets fans, but this go round I was like, okay, it's good to cross that off the list, and next up is the division. After that is the NL pennant. After that is the World Series. Like, I think that's where we are. And I think Steve Cohen really, and just by watching them play all throughout the year, it's like, okay, this is not a bounced in a wild card game team. This is not the team that's like maybe has a shot at NLCS. I think if you ask most Mets fans, even the ones, the Debbie Downers and the Doomsdayers and the Naysayers and the Lindorks and the whatever you want to, Frank the Tanks, like, they're pretty good odds that they're going to the World Series. I just feel like they've been through so much this year and gone through so much adversity and overcome that adversity throughout the whole year. It's not like I feel like a lot of teams that win as many games as they have or more, the 100-win type seasons, a lot of times those teams are playing a division that fucking blows. So they're just like 30 of those wins, 40 of those wins, a lot of those wins are just like against really subpar teams, but it feels like they've played a lot of good teams this year, and even the bad teams are giving them a run for their money. I mean, like, you know, the Cubs, what the fuck, and the Pirates not giving any that, not quitting at all. So I think that really iron sharpens iron, man. You know what I'm saying? Iron sharpens iron. And because of that, I think it has well prepared them for the playoffs and the postseason. That being said, it just sucks that, again, I know I said it last week, but like the fact that we're probably going to have to face the Cardinals or the Padres. Those are the two teams that I probably would not want to face in the playoffs ever at all. I'd rather face the fucking Dodgers or the Braves, to be honest. I just don't, something about the Cardinals just like skeeves me out. And the Padres are a team that just, you know, like I said, during the season, they have just owned us. So, and then yet that seems to all signs to be pointing that way. So next up at Oakland for a 3-game set. In Oakland, 1-night game, 2-day games. So 1-night game tomorrow night, Friday night, and then 2-day game Saturday and Sunday. Feels like Oakland has thrown the towel in. I think, I don't know. I don't really follow them, but I can't tell you how many people have chalked up W's against this team like more than a month ago. It was like, just look at September. You know, whenever there was like August mostly, right? Maybe even late July, it was like, you know, the Braves are decimating bad teams, but then wait till we get the bad teams in September, and it's like, we actually haven't really done that well against the bad teams. So, man, a sweep would be sweet, and of course we can't count on the fucking Phillies for shit, despite them, you know, kind of barely holding on to a playoff spot in the wild card, you know, berth, just like coming up empty and short against the Braves, not helping us out at all. It's like every time we win, they win. Every time we lose, they lose. Speaking of the Braves, not the Phillies. Phillies are not doing us any favors. So, you know, fuck Philadelphia. Even though I feel like, I mean, if I weren't a diehard Giants Mets fan, I can't see how I wouldn't be a Philadelphia sports fan. It's just, everything seems so funny to me. The video of the Eagles Vikings Monday night game, there was video before the game where like this fucking quirky looking character straight out of Philadelphia doing some kind of like lean back maneuver as like a Midwestern mom from Minnesota, a Vikings fan, is like scolding him and like berating him and pointing the finger at him, and him just saying, "Go Birds, go Birds." It's just like so goddamn funny. Oh, they are my people, but like they can't be my people. Damn it. Damn you, Philadelphia. So, yeah, the Phillies need to fucking step it up. But, man, so it really does look like it's going to come down. I mean, you get the Oakland set, obviously, and then you have 2 against the Marlins, and then it's on like Donkey Kong, dudes. We got Atlanta. We got Braves probably for the division title. Would be sweet to kind of just lock it up. And then once that series is over, it's like you can rest everyone against the Nats. Just let them sweep. Let them blow us to kingdom. Well, okay, phrasing. Let them blow us out of the water. It was like that song from high school. Johnny, Johnny, angry Johnny. This is Jezebel in hell. I want to blow you away. That fucking song. That I woke up to that song every morning in high school, like junior year of high school. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't go to school like this. I'm all worked up. And it's probably why I didn't kiss my first girl until freshman year in college. So yeah, that would be I think that's this one. That's the one. Series against the Braves for the division, close out September, and then we can rest all the big guns, and let them cruise into a nice bye. Doesn't that sound just delicious? Nice bye, and then we can prepare for either the friggin' Redbirds or the Fathers. Fucking A. But I loved how they celebrated the playoff victory. I mean, the playoff berth. That was funny. It was like, we'll be, you know, it came out like, or are they going to like go nuts? Like there was a lot of talk and speculation about, are they going to go nuts because they haven't made the playoffs since 2016? And like, and it was just the right amount of celebration. It was like, we're going to have a few drinks. We're going to get a little loose, but we're not going to get crazy with it. Like it just looked like so much fun. It looked like they were all having fun. Vogie just like on a folding chair, like smoking a beer and Raz and DeGrom, like awesome. And then Polar Bear, Big Meat Pete, just crushing flutes, double fisting flutes of champagne. And, and Brandon Nimmo kind of, imbibing a little bit possibly. So I love this team so goddamn much. And it's tough because my mom is like the female Frank the Tank. She just, Pete really needs to step it up. And I go, Mom, he's literally leading the league in RBIs. Literally. And I'm not saying that like figuratively. I'm saying that as in it is actually real, really real. He's leading the goddamn league in RBIs. He has like the most game tying or game winning RBIs in like MLB history. He's among the best, like Willie Mays style. What more do you fucking want of this guy? Yeah, well, I just want him to hit a home run every time I bat. Okay, well, that's not possible. He's not Barry Bonds. And same, she hates on Lindor. And I'm like, Mom, I know Lindor wasn't an all-star, which is horseshit anyway. He's having the best year of his career. Like he's career high RBIs, career high home runs, could possibly win a Gold Glove. I don't know. But like you talk about, if you're into WAR or FWAR or whatever the hell kind of stats are being thrown out, he's one of the best shortstops, if not the best shortstop in the league. But because he's getting paid an outrageous amount of money, you want him to be like better than Aaron Judge? Like, what are we talking about here? Also, the idea of Aaron Judge on the Mets kind of scares me. And you know how stupid I am? Everyone's like, oh, he went to Hopkins, he must be smart. And, no, I'm not smart. Because when anyone brings up that Aaron Judge has the highest odds to land Aaron Judge or the Mets, I see him like mocked up in the Mets jersey. I'm like, but what about Mark Canha? What happens to Marte? Like, what happens? Like, dude, why do you care? I think most Mets fans are like, no, just sign Aaron Judge. Like, we should just get Aaron Judge and dominate. Like, but there's like a sentimentality to it. I'm very romantic in that way. I get emotionally attached to these guys, and I'm just like, I don't want to see them go. But like, to me, the way I could see them go is if like we win the World Series and they can ride off in the sunset. I'm like, all right, now bring in Judge so we can win about four more. Oh, Jesus. All right, LeBron. I just jinxed them to hell. So it's on me, guys. It's on me. Yeah. So a lot of great possibilities coming up. I just love the team from head to toe, soup to nuts, A to Z, from the taint to the balls and everywhere in between. Like it's hard to, there's not really anyone I don't like. It was nice to see that David Peterson out of the bullpen is a good situation, and maybe it's getting better. It fucking sucks for Max Scherzer that he had a perfect game going, and then Tyler McGill comes in and like gives up a hit to the first batter he sees. But there was an interesting point by KFC, and we got to believe like Buck keeps throwing these relievers who are like just coming back from injury, were like new to the role, just throwing them into the fire, Tyler McGill giving up a bunch of base knocks and runs against a playoff team like the Brewers. And then Drew Smith, same thing against the Brewers in a situation where I think the bases were loaded. And I don't know if we're going to get, like, everyone was like, wait till Drew Smith comes back. Like, he was part of that crew. Like, wait till we get McGill and Smith and back. And I don't know. I think we're going to see more of Smith towards the latter part of the season before his injury than we did at the beginning, where he was like pretty much our best reliever. But who knows? We'll see. A lot of positive vibes. I was saying to a bunch of people, I was like, this past week, 2 weeks has been the best stretch of my life. There, I said it. Oh my God, did he really say that? I mean, the birth of his child and marriage and wedding. I mean, obviously those weeks were mucho delicioso, like just mwah, chef's kiss. Wouldn't trade it for the world. But non-kid, non-wedding, this 1 to 2 week stretch, I don't think I've ever felt better. So we're back, baby. It's sad and also pathetic how much these two goddamn teams affect my mentality and my mindset, my mental health. But goddamn, you can see what kind of person I am when they are winning. It's a whole new ball game. Okay, that's enough of that shit. Yeah, so prayer for me. Say a little prayer for me in my throat and my esophagus and my insides, because I'm having that upper endoscopy. we'll see how that goes. Hopefully nothing bad comes of that. And then I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Yeah, so I got the date Tuesday. So yeah, might be another week plus before you hear me react to the Giants winning against the Cowboys. And then maybe the Mets, like, I don't know, fuck it. Just lock up the goddamn division before they even play Atlanta. That'd be sweet. Is it even possible? No, it's not, you idiot. All right, I gotta sign off. It's like 4:30 in the morning. All right. Talk to you guys next week. Have a good one, all right? Hey, how about you have a week? Adios, muchachos.